Okay, you know the deal, my friends. You know the deal. 9 o'clock Monday morning, September 2nd. You know that song back from the 80s or the 90s called I Touch Myself? I really think that was about like the days you have like a really good shave because that's what I'm feeling today. I'm feeling a really good shave. So that'll be one of our 5 or 6 topics today. Fill up your cup with water, fill up your cup with whatever fancies you. It could be brandy, it could be whiskey, I don't care. Coffee works very well also. Talk to you here in about 4 minutes. Good morning, good morning, good morning, sexy. It is Monday morning, September 2nd. Welcome to the Monday morning show where we're all going to lift each other up and learn something and talk about business, marketing, and all kinds of stuff. It's your boy, Patrick Allen with you, coming to you live from the studios of Stop Doing Nothing Media here live in Oklahoma City. I was going to try to make a joke this morning about maybe having people guess what's in my coffee cup, but I'm not going to lie. It's coffee today. It really is. Mm. Oh my goodness. Oh, so good. Oh, so good. Coffee, water's going. I've had my protein. I've had my morning walk. Hopefully, you started your day off very well also, because I got a lot of stuff to fill with your brain. Plus, I actually want to hear from you. You know the drill. If you've been on the show before, if you watched the show before, let me know your name, where you're watching from, how your morning is going. We want to lift each other up. That is the goal of this show. And we're going to do some marketing training and education as always. Also, the goal is life training, life education, marketing training, or just whatever the heck is on your mind. I am merely the coordinator, the juggler of the mind balls, if you will, for lack of a better term. For those of you watching for the very first time, my name is Patrick Almond. I am here live from Oklahoma City. So hopefully there's people watching from all around the world, which I really love because it's the internet. You know, my neighbor from across the street can watch as easily as someone in Sweden right now. But I run a marketing agency called Stop Doing Nothing Media, and we really focus on cool stuff like AI and lead generation and marketing automation and CRM management. So I'll be talking a little bit about that. Those are just topics I love, and I love the fact that we have a tool these days, the tool that we highly recommend. We are certified high-level admins, which there are very few of in the world, and we just basically take this tool. And when people have like 5 or 10 other tools, we can consolidate them down on one tool. And the coolest things about it are the AI features, which I am myself learning every single day. I'm using AI a little bit more and more in my marketing every single day. And the things that let small businesses feel and appear big. Stuff like missed call, text back, stuff like that, where you can basically use automation to add, actually, it's really easy. You're using automation to add a new 24/7 automated person into your business. They can book appointments for you when you're like asleep at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So if you ever want to talk about that, I love that. And there's a whole YouTube playlist on my YouTube page that talks about high level and some of the cool features it has and some of the more advanced stuff. And like I said, we're certified admins. We are in their directory, and there's not that many of those. So I consider that quite an honor, and we can make that thing dance. Let me tell you. As always, share your good news with me. You know what? Here in the U.S., it's Labor Day weekend, so September 2nd, Labor Day weekend. If you're anything like me, especially for my U.S. friends and for my international friends also, I don't even realize that holidays are going on anymore. And that happened again. This time when I had friends this weekend I was hanging out with, and they're like, "Woohoo, 3-day weekend!" And I'm like, "3-day weekend? What the heck is a 3-day weekend? Why do we get a 3-day weekend? You know, did a friend of ours die that I don't know about?" You know the morning message, my friends. You know the morning message, okay? That's what I'm preaching today. And yeah, I just didn't even realize it was a 3-day weekend, and that's okay. If you've followed me for any amount of time whatsoever, you know that the whole, in my opinion, the whole, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday thing is a myth for people that really want to get things done. And yeah, if you have an 8 to 5 job, or a 9 to 5 job. Cheers, Dolly Parton. Who was in that? Dolly Parton and 2 other women whose name Jane Fonda and somebody else. I can't remember. And that shows my age right there. But yeah, I don't ever piss on someone that has, kind of a 9 to 5, a 9 to 5 job. But when you have dreams, when you have big goals, when you have things going on, the weekends and the holidays stuff, they're just kind of immaterial. So if you are someone, this is my quick message on this for you today. If you are somebody who has a side hustle, who wants to use your side hustle more, or you want to start a side hustle, or you've just got, kind of something, a burning passion in your heart, please make sure you take advantage of today and dig into that. I mean, there's plenty of stuff to do today. If your 8 to 5 job is on hiatus for the day, or 9 to 5 job, excuse me, there's plenty of stuff that you can go out there and do. You can paint, You can, you can go to, I don't know if any libraries are open, so you can go to the library and research your side hustle, or you can do stuff like spend time on the internet learning about your side hustle. If you want to learn software development and get out of your regular job and become a software developer, you can learn that stuff online starting today. If you want to learn how to play piano, there's apps you can go get today to where you can learn how to play piano. It's amazing. We really assume that it's really hard to learn things these days. Um, uh, and it's really easy. I mean, everyone says just go to YouTube and learn it. Just go to YouTube and learn it. And that is not necessarily the answer to everything. But even if it's not YouTube, it's a course. It's a course. Some of you make comments about over here. I've got a keyboard here. It's over on this side. I've got a keyboard over here, and I'm slowly dabbling in learning piano. You know how I'm learning this? This keyboard, I went down to Guitar Center, and over here in Oklahoma City, I went to a Guitar Center in Oklahoma City. I think I bought that for like $149, and then there's an app on my iPad which I think I pay $149 a year for called Musician. And that's really all it takes for me to start learning piano. And this is going to take me to the point where I'm pretty advanced at this stuff. I'm just dabbling right now, I'll admit. Um, but the concept of, I want to learn, or the idea, or the distance, there we go, that's what I'm looking for. The distance of, I wonder how this works, or I want to learn this, and you becoming halfway decent at it is very, very short. That's what I'm trying to say. It's very, very short. You want to learn computer programming. You want to learn photography. You want to learn videography. You want to learn video editing. You want to learn video editing? You know what? iPads and computers these days have like free video editing programs, built into them, and so it's just, I'm just amazed. I guess we should just take a time and pause and just be amazed on how easy it is to learn something. It is. Okay, that's what I'm just going on right there. Is just when you really think about it, it's just so easy to learn things these days. So we're going to be talking about video marketing later. Some things on my mind today that before we get into the whole technical side of it. Decent weekend. Went out with, let's see, what did I do Saturday? I can't even remember what I did Saturday. I had to go to the gym. I went out walking Saturday, and I couldn't. Oh, got a pedicure, of course, like all guys do, monthly on a Saturday morning. Got a pedicure, and then I think it was mainly working from the house, getting a few chores done, and then we hung out with some friends. Saturday night. That was kind of cool. Lots of meat. Always got to have a lot of meat. And then Sunday, I did the Oklahoma City downtown stairs with my buddy David Trowbridge, who's a retired fireman. And again, for those of you that don't know, and you're in Oklahoma City, you might even find this kind of amazing. I found it kind of amazing when I was initially doing it. Is that David's got permission for us in the I think it's the Bank First building now. It used to be the Chase building downtown Oklahoma City. He got permission for us to go in there on the weekends when there's some people in the building, but for the most part, there's no one in the building. And we are allowed to climb the stairs in there. So security lets us in. The stairs are normally locked, but they unlock them for like an hour and a half. And we climb up the stairwell. It's 35 stories. You want to know how I know? I've done it a ton. I did it yesterday 3 and a third time. So my buddy David and his sister Sandy, all three of us go in there, and sometimes we have more people, and we're always inviting people. And the reason David does this is to basically honor what happened with the World Trade Center and the firefighters, and what they had to go through there. That's why David really started. Yes, it's good for fitness, but David's a very faith-based person. He's just a good guy. He and Sandy are just really good people. I really like them, and I've known David because we're both pilots, and we both used to rent the same airplane a while back. So I've kind of stayed in touch with David online, and a few months ago, probably more like 6 to 12 months ago, he invited me down there, and so we climb up 35 flights of stairs. We go down 10. There's a mathematical reason for this. So we get a little bit of a break. We walk down 10. We go back up to the top. Then we take the elevator down to the first floor. We go a second time, and we take the elevator down to the first floor, and we go a third time. And you can 100% tell by my data on my phone. I can pull it up for you because I live and die by Apple Watch. That I was getting yesterday. I was getting slower and slower each time. Sometimes I can keep up with myself with the previous climbs, but yesterday it was hurting, and I think it's because I had gone maybe a couple of weeks without doing it. And it's interesting that this is definitely an exercise in mental toughness, mental fortitude, because with every step, I'm lifting up my entire body weight, which is 260-ish pounds, I think, right now. You're doing that 35 stories 3 times. Once I get through 5 stories, I'm like, oh, this is exhausting. And by 10 stories, I'm just wondering what kind of craziness I've gotten myself into. But step by step, every little step. Bobby Brown had it going on, didn't he? Every little step makes me want to do the next one and the next one. And for me, it takes about, I don't know, 20 steps, 20 flights to get warmed up, and then that's when I think the momentum kicks in, and I realize, oh, this is just toughness. This is just pace yourself, just work it out. So that's what I did yesterday, and hopefully I'll continue on my weight loss journey. This week was a little bit of a bounce up. Remember, the chart of my weight progress is going down, but it's got bounces in it, and this Sunday's weigh-in was a bounce up, so that was a little frustrating. Um, I'm trying to figure out what I did last week. I may have had a little bit more sugar than I'm used to, and so it caused a little bit of a bounce in my weight last week. So that was definitely frustrating. But hey, the downward trend continues. Little by little, there will be less and less Patrick for you to hug, for you to hang out with, for you to fist bump. Um, Please, again, don't forget that if you have a side hustle or anything you have going on, today is just another day. I got some new clients last week, and we were planning some onboarding calls for this coming week. And he and I are both hustlers, and we were looking at the schedule, and I was like, "Do you want to do this from Tuesday on?" He's like, "Well, what about Monday?" And we both kind of glanced at our calendars and realized we had nothing on Monday because it was Labor Day. He's like, let's just do the call on Monday. It's a day for each one of us. Why not? And so I actually have business calls today. So I'm around. If you need anything, you can always text the office. If you want to talk about business, if you want to talk about this show, if you have a pressing business problem you want to talk about, you'll see the number down here in the footer. It's 405-217-4752. And as always, and I would encourage you to do this because I'm whoring myself out, is text SHOW to that number. Text SHOW to 405-217-4752, and I will do my damnedest to alert you to when the new shows are coming up. My real goal with that texting is to basically text you, 5 to 10 minutes before the show to just basically get you on live and watch with me and have coffee with me. We're not having coffee in person. Let's have coffee virtually, okay? On my morning walk, which is when I develop a lot of the content I'm going to talk about, I was thinking about how people who have really strong thoughts or really strong beliefs, excuse me, I kind of float back and forth between the water and the coffee, that sometimes we are afraid, and you are afraid to state those in fear of isolating yourself and in fear of isolating a certain audience of people. I've had this happen several times in my life. Hey, Mark, good to see you, man. Yeah, appreciate it. Mark's a regular. I love having Mark here. Mark's a regular. I think you're overseas, Mark, if I'm not mistaken, right? Mark's a regular. But sometimes when you have a strong belief of something, number one, there's a good possibility you're going to isolate someone. And it's a little bit scary. It's a little bit scary to put a stake in the ground and say, I believe this, or I don't believe this. I remember many, many years ago, um, it can be even something simple like your screensaver. And this is an example. I used to do. I've done, and I still, but I used to do. It's like that's UK, and we're moving to Portugal. Cool. Accidental Mitch Hedberg. I still do, but I used to also. I used to have a screen background saver that said "Be fucking awesome" on it. Okay, it was big giant letters, and my screen background savers on all my screens are things that motivate me and inspire me. And that would be on my screen all the time, and I'd go and do presentations, at conferences, and and that would be up there as I was getting like my slides ready or something. Or right before you make the slides full screen, there's Patrick's laptop saying "Be fucking awesome," right? And and my wife once told me that somebody had seen that, a prospect had seen that, and decided to not do business with me as a result. And she was recommending, she's like, you really should take that down. That could be offensive. That could be offensive to some people. And I don't remember my reaction at the time, I'll have to admit. But I'm hoping that my reaction was, I don't give a fuck. I really don't care if it's offensive to some people. It's my attitude. I don't want to be cutesy awesome. I don't want to be a little awesome. I want to be fucking awesome. And whether it's your politics, or your faith, or the certain way you want to talk, or the certain way you want to dress, um, don't be afraid to put that stake in the ground, man. If politics, that's one. In the world of public speaking and training, we're always told to hide our politics and hide our religion stuff. And you know what? Screw that. I'll put it right here, right now. Look, right there on the screen. It says vote, 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 vote. You know what? I am voting for the person that's not a criminal. Okay? I have no allegiance to party. I have no allegiance to a person. I will put it out there 100%. I am voting for the person who runs for office, male or female, who is not a convicted criminal. Okay? If you don't like it, I don't care. I have registered for, different political parties over the years because the political party you're in bears nothing. It's completely irrelevant. It is completely irrelevant. All that affects is what ads you get, okay? What ads you get, what flyers you get, and which people are texting you for their vote, okay? If I'm a Republican in the US, I can vote Democrat. If I'm a Democrat, I can vote Republican. It just doesn't matter. Independent, I think, prevents you from voting in the primaries, but that's about it. You know what? These days, I'll just take anybody who's not a convicted criminal, okay? I'll take anybody who doesn't dishonor our veterans. I'll take anybody that doesn't tell me that there are black jobs, okay? And yeah, you can obviously tell where I'm going with this, but that's the standard these days. I don't want to vote for someone. I want to vote against someone who is a convicted criminal, okay? That's my standard right there. And when I say stuff like that, it's very possible that people watching on this live stream will leave. It's very possible they'll leave. So be it. Don't care. You don't have to care. Maybe that's as a result of age. I don't know what it is, but just the not caring is what feels really good these days. Okay, I'm gonna go off. I went off. I'm gonna progress here down to what we're gonna talk about today. Oh, if you are in any of my high level groups or high level communities, don't forget that that we have a high level head to head competition coming up. I don't have the exact dates, but we're promoting it in the high level CRM group and on my personal timeline. So if you're somebody who wants to see like the really great people in this world of high level, I'll be one of the judges for that. So if you want some more information on that, I'll leave a note in the comments and I will get to it after the live stream. What did Mark put up here? Let's get whatever Mark said on the screen here. True that. It blows my mind someone can run for president who is a convicted criminal. Despite the noise of his PR machine, yeah. Plus the guy is racist, which I despise. Yeah. That as you learn more about me, you realize I'm a big fan of obviously the musical Hamilton, and that actually caused me to dig into history a little bit more, which was probably the whole goal of the whole show, is to cause people to learn more when it came to history. But the more I think about that, the more I'm kind of baffled that they didn't. Hey Saad, let me get you some information on that. Okay, make sure you remind me. I see your note on there how to apply for the competition. I believe we're gonna have a form for that. I believe there's one out there, and it may even be in the high level group. Okay, but if I don't get that back to you, make sure I do after the stream. It's kind of surprising to think of how the founding fathers, the Hamiltons and the Jeffersons and the Washingtons and the Burrs of the world would have thought, wait. They didn't even conceive of the fact that somebody who was a convicted criminal would run for office. So of course they didn't put it in none of our founding documentation or founding paperwork, if you will. And right now, if they were awake, if Aaron Burr or Thomas Jefferson or Hamilton or Washington travel back to be like, what? Why is that allowed? Who would even, number one, why do we allow it? And who would have the mindset of, you know what? I'm a convicted criminal. I've been convicted of sexual assault, but you know what? Whatever cares. There's a group of people that love me. I'll still run for office. Sometimes there's such a thing as having some grace and bowing out. But okay, here where we are. Okay, the whole point of the show, and it's taken me 27 minutes to get here. Beautiful coffee. I love you, coffee. I love you. I love you, and you love me, obviously. What was I going to say? Oh, video marketing. Okay, I want to talk to you about getting into video marketing. Okay, and this is one that I know scares a lot of people. So we do a fair amount of marketing consulting for people, people in various stages of marketing, very advanced people, people in the middle of their marketing journey, and very new people. And one of the things that I always push our clients to do is more video content. Okay, you cannot do too much video content. The entire reason you're watching my face right now is because I believe in video marketing. Okay, so my live show I have 3 days a week at 9 a.m. Central is me committing and eating my own dog food when it comes to believing that video marketing works. Yes, there's going to be some education. Yes, there's going to be some entertainment, especially the days I don't shave my head or the days that I wear too loud of a shirt. Actually, this shirt's nice. It's just kind of wrinkled, isn't it? What do you think? Button up or down one? Should it be the button down or button up right here? Got it. Got it. Saad, I've been okay. Hold on, let me sidestep for my main topic question. And Saad, so let me talk about video marketing for a little bit, Saad. And I see your question. I will answer that after I get through my agenda here a little bit. Okay, we've got another half hour, buddy. I appreciate your comments, though. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna button down. Thank you, Mark. Yeah. What do you think? No, that's way too much. Okay, button down. Not to mention I'm already sweating. So video marketing. To me, video marketing came about um, video marketing came about as kind of an evolution of computer geeks. You may not have known this, but what's really cool, I like digging into the history of internet marketing and how video marketing came about. Did you know that the very first webcam was a computer geek who found a way to wire a webcam to a coffee pot on a different floor in his office so he didn't have to walk all the way to the coffee pot, which was, I guess, a good distance to see if there was coffee, because sometimes he'd walk there and the coffee pot would be empty because of other people. So that's how the first geek of the world just basically built the webcam. And here we are now. Here we are now. Isn't that amazing? Video marketing. In the world of marketing, which is all around us in the real world, you have print advertising, you have television, you have radio shows, you have recorded radio shows, you have live radio shows. There are just so many ways. In my opinion, all the stuff we do online kind of mirrors what has taken place in the real world when it came to marketing. So, we've had newspapers and magazines. Bam, you've got blogs, right? You've got blogs and you've got things like examiner.com. So those translated over. We have radio talk shows, okay? And that translates over into stuff like podcasts. And for a while there, live streaming audio only was pretty popular. I can't remember what the tool was it was used for. It peaked and then it kind of fell back down. But, live radio on the internet, live, like podcasting radio was popular there for a while. And even now you have stuff like shows that stream live on oh goodness gracious, some of these tools are really failing me now right now. Spotify. You have like live shows on Spotify. So that's kind of translated into the online world. And what's really cool is when you see people simulcasting them both at the same time. And then we have, recorded sitcoms and recorded TV shows, which translated into recorded long-form content over on sites like YouTube. And then we had like live evening news or live talking head talk shows, which translated over into stuff like Facebook Lives, if you will. So everything in the online world, in my opinion, kind of mirrors something that came from the offline world. And so I kind of think about that when I think about recommending marketing tactics to people. I have never been that great of a writer, which is one of the reasons that I really like video broadcasting or recorded video. I also believe that it allows you to convey a message a lot quicker and it conveys trust a lot quicker, okay? And that is a big part of your marketing these days, is conveying the trust, okay? It's not easy. And if you can convey the trust really fast, you can get through your sales cycle a lot faster. So one of the things I do in high level is I set up high level for sales teams. Okay, typical stuff. We run Facebook ads. The leads come in. There's a sales team of 5 or 10 people. We cycle the leads through. There's qualification, and then there's the closing process. And we build the whole infrastructure for that. Okay, and one of the stats that you should be tracking in that world is your time to close a sale. And you can really reduce that time to close a sale if you can get people's trusts. And one of the ways you get people's trust is through video marketing. Okay, and I'll explain to you how this works for me. There are times these days where I get DMs or texts or whatever for business, and some of them aren't even what's your price or what do you do. Some of them are, I want to work with you because I've watched all of your videos. Here's my credit card number, charge me some money, and let's get to work. And that's the result of my video marketing, which is why I'm such a huge advocate of it. So if you've never done video marketing before, here are some things you can do. Okay, these are the tips I've written down here. Number one, please get a YouTube channel. Okay, there are plenty of places to host video on the internet. You can self-host. There's all kinds of different places. However, YouTube is the standard. YouTube is going to be your own personal TV station. That's what I consider my YouTube channel. It's the second most important marketing tactic I have after let's call it the third, after my SMS list and after my email list. It's a video, okay? I'm constantly pushing people like you right now, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, to subscribe on YouTube to get my updates, okay? Everything else, my Twitter followers, my Facebook followers, my stuff like that, those have a minor factor, but as long as my email list is growing every day, or my SMS list, or my number of YouTube subscribers is growing every day, I'm a happy, happy man. As a matter of fact, I have a score sheet that I'll use sometimes when I'm teaching people about marketing that lists all the different things we can do in marketing. And then I have a multiplier factor, okay? Which means how important this is. So I'll rank things from like maybe 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 is like a multiplier factor. And then I will rate, and then the third column is how many followers or subscribers do you have on that thing. So it may say Facebook page 100. It may say Facebook page 100. I'll score that as like a 2 or a 3, meaning in the level of importance it's a 2 or a 3. And then I'll say you have 1,000 Facebook followers, so here's the score for that. And then down at the bottom, I will add up the score. And to me, the very top ones are the people who have bought something from you, people on your SMS list, people on your email list, and your YouTube subscribers. Those are the most important things right there. Yeah, Saad brings up a good point. YouTube channel and Instagram Reels. I'm trying to do one or those other ones every single day, Saad. Thank you for bringing that up. I'll put that on screen here, Saad said. So these are the two things right here you should try to grow. YouTube channel and Instagram Reels for sure. The way I do it is I go live 3 times a week on YouTube, which is a scary thing. That's actually a very advanced tactic in my opinion. I go live 3 times a week on YouTube, and then my off days, I try to do an Instagram Reel, which automatically copies to Facebook as a, is it a Reel? I think it goes to Facebook as a Reel also, yeah. And then I will use that same video over on YouTube as a short, okay? So thank you, Saad, bringing it up, yeah. And it's and just so you know, I try to use the easiest possible way I can to produce this content, okay? Hold on for a second. I'm trying to get back to my notes here. I am very lazy, or I consider myself very lazy when it comes to my video production work, okay? And this is what I mean. As you know, I do a morning walk every day at 5 o'clock in the morning. And a lot of things, what I'll do is on my way back from the morning walk is when I'll make my video content. And so I'll take out my handy dandy, trusty portable video studio right here, and I'll record a short video between 50 seconds and 60 seconds. And I will use the caption app on my phone, and the caption app adds the caption, does the jump cuts, and does the zooms for me, and creates the completed video. While I'm still out on my walk, I can publish that to Instagram, which publishes it over to Facebook automatically. Keep in mind, I'm not at my house. I'm doing this while I'm walking around my neighborhood, okay? And then the YouTube version, I'll go back. I'll usually wait till I get back to the home office, and I'll take the same video airdrop it from my phone over to my laptop. Over to my phone and my laptop, and then I'll put that, I'll push it from my phone to my laptop, and I will drop that up on YouTube for short, okay? This has been my production cycle now for about 2 months, and it has grown my followers on every single one of those platforms. It's grown my Instagram followers, it's grown my YouTube followers, it's grown my Facebook followers, 100%, no doubt, absolutely no doubt. I can correlate. They give you stats inside of YouTube, and the stats they put down at the bottom, like when you uploaded a video, and then it shows the chart as to when things happen. There's a correlation. There's 100% causation. There's a difference between correlation and causation. There is 100% a causation between me producing content and me getting more followers. And you know what? More followers means when I create more content the next time around, a few more people see it, and et cetera, and et cetera, et cetera. I just recently got to 1,200 followers subscribers on YouTube, which puts me, I think, in the 80-20 category or the 90-10 category, and it's still not that many. It really is not that many. If you have 100 YouTube subscribers, you're still, I think, in the 70-30 category or the 60-40 category. Most people have less than 100 YouTube subscribers. People all the time have 10, 20, 30. It's not a big deal. I got to 1,200. What am I aiming for? I'm aiming for 10 freaking million. Are you kidding me? I'm coming after Mr. Beast. No, I'm not. I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not really. Mr. Beast is going to be chasing me here pretty soon. Let's cover some questions here really quick. Saad says here, how do we sell them from YouTube and Instagram? Saad, you're watching my YouTube, dude. I'm selling you. I'm selling you on trusting me, okay? You've already asked me a question. You trust me. I'm assuming Mark trusts me. Last Friday, I think I had 5 or 6 different people on there that were asking me business questions. We're having a discussion. The whole goal for this, Saad, is I will talk about what I do a little bit, and I will sell a little bit, but the main goal of content production is trust. So yeah, there are times, Saad, where I will say, you know what, and this is a real thing. Let's take a break for a commercial here. I have these bracelets right here, okay? I have these Stop Doing Nothing bracelets. I love these things. So it's one side says stop doing nothing. The other one says done is better than perfect right there. Okay. I had these made. I have hundreds of these I'm trying to sell. Okay. I'm selling these in packs of 10 for $10. So if you want one, make sure you comment after the show and I will get you some. I absolutely love those. Okay. Saad, did I feel like a commercial? I don't think it felt like a commercial. Okay. And so if you notice in the beginning, Saad, when I was talking about high level and what we do for it, I didn't pitch really hard. I said, we are high level CRM automation badasses. Okay. If you want to know more about our services, text us 405-217-4752 and let's set up a call. Okay. It doesn't have to be a hard sell, Saad. The whole goal of this video thing is to build trust. The more videos you watch of mine, the more you're going to trust me personally, the more you're going to trust me professionally, the more you're going to trust my technical skills, and the more you're going to become a follower of mine. And one of the reasons I also produce content on a more frequent basis is that the world is full of experts. Okay, Saad, you're an expert, okay? You're an expert. I'm an expert. Mark is an expert. We're all experts on different things. One of the reasons I try to have content out on a regular basis is because the more I'm in your brain, the more I'm on your Facebook feed, the more I'm on your Instagram feed, the more you're going to be thinking about me. And this isn't ego speaking. I want you to think about me when it comes to high level work. I want you to think about me when it comes to Facebook ads for marketing automation. Okay. So that's why I have to talk on a regular basis. The way our world works, our world is just based on attention. Okay. It's based on attention. And if you're not getting someone's attention, you're irrelevant. The whole reason videos rank on Google, on YouTube, and the whole reason that blog posts rank on YouTube is because they're recent and they're relevant. Okay, and this is, by the way, this also applies for technical content. So, Saad, if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see I actually have a playlist for high level training content. Also, okay, I don't do those live. I do those recorded. Usually, I end up doing them every Sunday. I did one yesterday. And I can't remember what I talked about yesterday. I talked about Marketing Automation 101. And so I'm doing a combination, Saad, of short form content, recorded short form content, which tends to be not technical, okay? I do a lot of rah-rah mindset, motivational, uplifting stuff. That's my short form content for reels and shorts. I will do long form live content like this. Okay, this is my long form live content. This I barely sell it at all. It's more just kind of lift people up and let's get the week going. Let's share some information. And then I will do long form technical content. Okay, and the long form technical content is more that's a more trust building thing. So I'll share my high level screen, I'll share my technical screen, I'll walk through some technical things so people can see, oh, I know what the f I'm talking about. Okay, I'm not just blowing smoke in the Facebook group, I'm not just blowing smoke when I'm on stage. I really know what I'm talking about. So Saad, I wish there was one tip I could give you when it came to selling, but there isn't, because all of it works. All of it works, dude, okay? The long form technical content, the short form mindset content, the long form business wisdom / strategy content, it all works together, okay? I grew up, and I'm curious if you grew up this way also. I grew up primarily a technical person. Okay, it's hard for me sometimes to talk about non-technical content because that's why I'm very comfortable. Okay, I'm very comfortable talking about ones and zeros and coding and HTML and JavaScript. I can do that stuff all day long. Let me see what Mark said here. Let me get your comments on the screen. Trust a great deal. I found out about you from the Go High Level Facebook groups. Cool. When you need help in the future with a more complex high level, you will be the guy I come to. See, Mark and I have an understanding. Mark, I'm in Mark's brain, and someday I'm going to be in Mark's wallet. Okay, and I say that out of love, Mark. I really do. I mean, I am very self-aware. I am very self-aware of what I'm doing, Saad. And Saad, I want you. Please let me know if I'm saying your name right. It's Saad Asan. I think I have that right. Saad Asan. I love that. It's a nice, simple, short name. I want you to be this. I want you to have this, Saad. I want people to learn from you. I want you to share your wisdom. I want to someday see you on stage at the high level conference. What are we, September now? So the high level conference is in, you know what, I have a little countdown timer. This is how much I want to go to the high level conference. I have a little countdown timer on my phone. High level conference, here we go. High level conference, okay? 50 days, 22 hours, no, 50 days, 22 hours, 16 minutes, and 35 seconds, okay? I want to be on stage someday at the high level concert or in a breakout room, because I've done that before for other conferences, and I want you to be there also. The only way you're going to get there is through trust and through sharing the information you have. So, yeah, Mark, thank you, Mark, for sharing this comment here. Trust is a big deal here. Let me see what other comments we have here. Yeah, Mark also said, very true about being in people's brains. Yeah, I want to be in people's brains all the time. I keep using the example, which I learned from another marketer, about how Coca-Cola wants to be in your brain. I think it's somewhere between like 6 and 10 times a day. I don't know what the stat is, but you would be surprised how often you see Coca-Cola logos around you. Coca-Cola and McDonald's, Coca-Cola on TV, Coca-Cola on clothing. You know, it's a brain imprint. That's what I want to be. I want to be all up in your head every single time of day. I just remember to have my bracelet on. I like to have my bracelet on. Here we go. I need to make sure I bring a bunch of these to the high level conference here. And let's see, what else did San say here? So what did San say here? So I see. So the goal is to give out free value just to be on top of their heads. Yeah, that really is. It's okay to sell also though, Saad, okay? Um, it's okay to sell. Do not be afraid to sell, okay? It there's various ways to, you know, free sell. That's what your cycle should be. I think Gary, what was his name? Gary Vaynerchuk called it left, right, or right, left jab, or something like that. So you can do, maybe you have a cycle thought, okay, maybe it's free video, selling video, okay? Free video, selling video. Or maybe in a video like this, it's, you know, 10 minutes of educational content, 2 minutes of selling, and then 10 more minutes of educational content, okay? I'm in Pakistan, sadly. I've applied for a visa. We'll fly there hopefully next year. Definitely. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's very easy for me, Saad. I really do hope you show up, and please make sure you introduce yourself. Tell me when you do. I take it for granted that it's very easy for me to get there. I'm in Oklahoma City, and I'm 3 hours north of Dallas, where the conference is held. So it's going to be very easy for me to pack up all my things in the car, hopefully even my live streaming gear, that's my goal, and just drive down to the conference. Okay, so travel for me is going to be a lot easier than travel for you, but hopefully you will get there. Hopefully you will get there Let me see what other. I want to make sure I didn't miss anyone's comments here. Okay, so I see. Okay, so I'll get to that question here a little bit later. Let me cover some of my other notes for also. So I talked about the different forms of content. Short form content, which can be for short form content, I like that to be business strategy, okay? You can't get a lot of technical communication across in a reel or a short, in my opinion. So that should be maybe one business tip from a strategic side, from a how to make money side, from why you should do affiliate marketing versus direct sales side, okay? And I say 60 seconds. I've learned to really aim for 50 seconds because if it goes over 60 seconds, the system, the Facebooks and the Instagrams and the YouTubes of the world will mark it as not a reel. Okay, so you don't want 61 seconds. You don't want 60 seconds. I usually aim for 50 to 55 seconds at most before edits. Okay, that's your short form content. So that's strategic. Long form live content. I don't know if you can do lives from Pakistan. Maybe you have actually you have an advantage over I do because people in Pakistan aren't going to listen to me. They're going to have a better chance of listening to you because you know the area. You speak the languages over there. So you have a much better advantage than I do over there. You can become the live stream Pakistan go high level person. You can become the premier expert for that part of the world. So you have the long form technical content, and then you have the long form kind of strategic content, which that's what the live stream is for. It's my long form strategic videos, or more for excuse me, my long form videos, my long form live videos. Slow down, Patrick. I'm speaking way too fast here. I'm not taking a breath. Okay. You know what the solution is for that is when you have too much caffeine, you just wash it down with more caffeine, right? There we go. Okay, calm down, Patrick. So again, short form content for 1 or 2 strategic tips, long form recorded content for explaining a technical topic. Okay, and then I personally like long form live content for engagement. And for just kind of a variety of topics. And another reason I like the lives versus a podcast is I'm very much, I would do very well, and I have done very well in the talk show, kind of the talk show. So that's the reason I do this. I do this live. I've had some people DM me. It's like, why don't you make that a podcast? Why don't you do that recorded? And I'm like, I like the interaction. I like the Sods and the Marks of the world to come on and engage with me. That's why I do it live. Okay. And my setup here, I'm very lucky that I can go live and watch and several places at once. I think right now I'm actually live 8 places. This morning I added 2 destinations. I added Instagram, so I'm actually live on Instagram. Please be sure you follow me there. And where else am I live? Oh, I have a Facebook group with 3,000 people on it. So if you want to join my Facebook group, it's Playmakers. Let me see what the exact title of the Facebook group is here for you. Let me see, get the name of the play. So I have a Facebook group called Playmakers, how to build a thought leader lifestyle. Please make sure you join that Facebook group. And obviously you follow me every place also. And again, I'm completely shameless. I want you to follow me all over the place so I have a better chance of talking with you. So make sure everyone that's watching this live stream, live or recorded, you are following me all over the place. It's pretty cool. I'm actually just checking out stats. I had several people join all over the world on my Instagram live. So I'm watching that one over there. And then over here, I'm looking in the Facebook group, and I'm definitely live in the Facebook group. And I've got some people who have done some likes over there and that are watching it over there also. So, and again, I realize that being in the U.S., I have certain advantages. I really do. I have a fast internet connection. I have screens all over the place right now. I have a nice camera. I have a laptop. I have a big screen. I have an iPad down here. I have a phone right here. I realize I have very, very advantage. So Saad, if you don't have these advantages, don't ever be envious or jealous. Okay, work with the tools you have, my friend. Okay, if you don't have any fancy setup, use your phone to make your videos. Okay. If I'm assuming you have a halfway decent phone, okay, But just use whatever you have. If you don't have a phone that has a decent quality, find an inexpensive webcam. Sod, if you were to go back to my YouTube channel and look at the very first YouTube videos I put up, they were of pathetic quality, okay? I didn't know anything about lighting. I didn't know anything about audio. I had to learn that over time. And about every video or two, my stuff has been getting better and better and better. Okay? Not perfect, will never be perfect, but I'm learning. Okay? Let's see, we got a couple more questions here. Let's talk to Mark for a second. Have you ever put the recordings of the live calls up as podcasts for more traction in different audiences? Mark, are you trying to call me out for being lazy? Man, why would you do that? I used to do that, Mark, and it's in the back of my head. I need to do that. If you go to my podcast, I have a podcast on every place. I have a podcast on Apple Music, whatever, on the podcast app, and they haven't been updated in a while. It's not like Patrick hasn't been talking in a while. It's just I haven't repurposed this content. So yeah, Mark, one of the things I'm kind of working on in the background, lower priority, is I'm going to start editing these videos. I'm going to chop off the beginning, that 5-minute countdown timer in the beginning. I'm going to get a podcast intro, put that on the beginning and the end, and then republish my podcast. I just haven't gotten that in that production cycle yet, but I will, Mark. You see, one of the things I'm not going to get to, I think, because of time, is the concept of repurposing. So, Mark, we have to talk about that on a different show. But that was in my show notes today to talk about repurposing, and that's a very advanced topic. That's when you take all the stuff we're talking about here and you reproduce it on a different platform, and that's something I definitely want to do. I just haven't gotten back in the regular production cycle yet. So let me see also what Saad said here. I have an entire recording studio. Oh, dude, you're way ahead of me then. I have an entire recording studio and I hired an entire content department recently. I just didn't know what to create. Saad, I may have to hire your content department, man, to help me out. Dude, okay. So it's not like you're starting from scratch, dude. You've got some backing there. Yeah, Saad, educational, man. Educational, and educational will build trust. Trust will bring business. Trust will bring followers. The followers will bring business. Got to go, man. Got to get ready for my 4 p.m. over here. Catch you soon. Mark, thank you very much for watching. With Saad, you have one last question here. Let's get this answered. One last question. Because I know you have been in the industry for a while now, do you feel that the market for Go High Level Associates is huge enough to create $1 million agency? 100%. 100%. I'd be lying if I said I was a $1 million agency, but $1 million agency is not hard, in my opinion, because it's going to be hard for people. So Saad, you and I see this in this world a lot. It's going to be hard for people that just buy into the high level CRM and say, I'm just going to resell it and do nothing with it. A lot of people buy that. I mean, there's almost 70,000 people in that Facebook group, or almost 80,000 people in that Facebook group. And a lot of people say, ooh, I'm going to be a high-level reseller. I'm just going to buy it and mark it up and resell it. And I'll make $1 million. That's not how you're going to make $1 million. You're going to make $1 million by, being an agency, but coming up with packages of tremendous value, okay? I don't charge less than $500 for anything I do, recurring monthly. It's usually more, 1,000 plus a month for our recurring services, okay? And that's how I'm going to get to be $1 million. That's how I'm going to eventually get to be $1 million agency, okay? So don't be cheap. I believe the market's there 100%, Saad, and it's not hard. You know, I've only had my high-level account, I think just over a year. But if you look at the content I put out and the way people refer to me as an authority, you think I've been in this game 10, 20 years, like a Billie Jean of the world, or like somebody else, or like an Allie Bloyd of the world. No. Number one, I have a lot of marketing experience under my belt. It's because I've been at this several decades, just in various CRMs. Number two, I'm very good at marketing automation. I'm not afraid to say it, okay? Of all the platforms I've used, my personal sweet spot has always been the marketing automation engine. So I can make automations, dance. Saad, I'll answer that question privately. But that, so what did I say? Oh, I've been in a long time. I can make marketing automations dance, and I don't go cheap, okay? One of the many painful business lessons I learned, I went into business in 1998. One of the many, many painful business lessons I've learned over the years is just being too cheap. is just being too cheap. It's very tempting. It's very tempting because you are looking at your competition out there, and your competition's cheap, and you're like, how can I charge? $200, $300 a month for a high level account when my competition's charging $35 a month? Okay, my mindset on that is those $35 a month people, those $97 a month people are not your competition. Okay, Sod, you are not my competition, and I am not your competition. Okay, a couple things. One, there is enough business for both of us. Okay, neither Sod nor Patrick are going to have every high-level client in the world. Nobody is. That's why we have multiple businesses. So you and I are not competitors, okay? There's enough business out there for both of us, okay? Number two, there's a market for people who want a $35 high-level account, and there's a market for people who want a $1,000 a month high-level account, okay? The $1,000 a month high-level account is obviously going to come with some value add and some services and things like that. But there's a market for both, okay? And so, what's $1 million agency? What's $1 million agency a month? Let's do the math, Sod, shall we? What's $1 million agency? Not a month, just in general. So what's $1 million agency? So calculator. So if Sod's gonna make $1 million US, Sod, so I'm gonna go off $1 million US divided by 12. That's $83,333.33. Okay. Let's say, Sod, you do something like charge $1,000 a month. Okay. That's 83 clients. That's not a lot of clients. Okay. There are people in the high level world who I know charge $2,000 to $3,000 a month. So let's go back to that number, 83,333. And you know what? Divide that by people that you're charging $3,000. $3,000 a month to, okay? That's 27 clients. That is not a lot of clients, okay? Now, you may not be able, I don't know the economics in your part of the world, Sod, so I'm not going to assume. But to me, getting to $1 million a month is not hard. And yes, that's what I'm aiming for, and I've got different price points to get there. But it really should not be that hard. It's not hard in this world to add value, okay? It's not hard in this world to get really good at something and charge more for it. It really isn't, my friend. So as we wrap up right here, just kind of a recap, Sod, I want to see you do video content on a regular basis. And I would suggest getting this on your calendar. If I was to show you my calendar says Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 o'clock U.S. Central, I am going live. And I have show notes here. And one of my show notes right here, I'm going to read it off to you, okay? Start live on time, not late at all. That's one of my show notes, okay? Means that when my computer, so I schedule these lives on my Mac with a program called Ecamm, okay? If you're on a Windows machine, I think the complementary program is called OBS, Open Broadcasting System. Let me see. There's another note here coming in. And so my goal is to not go live at 8:59, to not go live at 9:01. To right when the second hand hits 9 o'clock is when I press live. There's some technical things I have to do to go live stream on Instagram and to live stream in the Facebook group. So I have to do a couple technical things while that countdown timer's playing. But that's my goal, is to go 9 o'clock. I used to do this a while back. There's a confession, and then I'll wrap up the show. I used to do this a while back, and then I got lazy. I thought, I'll skip a day. I'll skip a week. No one's going to miss it. No one's going to miss it. That was a mistake. That was 100% a mistake on my part. I should have never done that. It took me years to get back. And so I've been doing this consistently now, again, for about 2 or 3 months, I think. 3 times a week. And I cannot tell you, Sod, how much it has helped business. I am hand to God, 100% going to tell you the truth, my friend. The videos I've been doing over the past 12 weeks have gotten me business. They have put money in my bank account. I have been on calls with new possible clients where they said, hey, one of the reasons we're on the phone is because I watched your videos. I subscribed to you on YouTube. I watched your videos. I've seen you in the Facebook group. I know you're legit. Here's my credit card. Let's do some business, okay? So, my friend, I want to see that for you. And then not this year, but next year, you and I are going to be in Dallas, and there's a restaurant downstairs, and you and I are going to go to the restaurant early in the morning, and we are going to sit down, and we're going to have coffee or tea or whatever you drink, and we're going to have a breakfast. And you and I are going to talk about how on Monday, September 2nd, 2024, at 9 o'clock in the morning U.S. time, we were on a live stream together and we talked about your business and you did amazing things, and then you can buy the coffee. Burritos. Ha, burritos. I bet you Dallas has burritos down there. Yes. So let's work on that, okay? Let's get you to get really good on video so you can get your visa and we can meet at the high level conference in 2025 breakfast. The hotel where it's at, they have a really good restaurant downstairs. I like to go down there like really early in the morning. Like I'm a very early morning person, like 5 or 6 o'clock. Also, it's quieter down there too. And I have to have a breakfast down there before the conference starts up and it gets crazy. So we're going to meet in 2025. Let's make that our goal at the high level conference in Dallas. For everybody else that's been watching, so you just know it's just not Sodom, Patrick, and Mark. Thank you for watching. As always, please subscribe on YouTube. Share the videos with your friends on social media. That's all I ask, is share the show, share the videos, because I'm trying to put myself out and I want more subscribers. I want the show to grow because I want to teach. I want to help you with your business journey. Thank you for watching. As always, if you want show updates, if you're in the U.S., text show to 405-217-4752. And like I said, I have also a Facebook group called Playmakers, how to live the thought leader lifestyle. Go join that Facebook group also. There's various ways you can connect with me. Hope this has been useful. For those of you who are relaxing on Labor Day U.S. time, please make sure you take some time off and enjoy the day. Unless, of course, you're going to listen to Uncle Patrick, who jumped on your ass and make sure and said, hey, please make sure you hustle today and you do amazing things. Okay, have a great day, and we will see you. When will we see you next? Oh, Wednesday at 9 a.m. I need to start working on Wednesday's agenda. But until then, my friends, have a great day, and let's do amazing things.